Collier County 911. What is the address to your emergency?
On September 5th, 2024, a tanker truck plowed through a red light on Immokalee Road in Collier County.
There was just a semi that slammed and T-boned a car.
The SUV was carrying 12-year-old Breckett King, his friend, and his friend's mom.
It's like really bad. It looks like they just crushed that car.
His friend's mom didn't survive. 7 people dialed 911 that day, each one trying to make sense of the tragedy unfolding in front of them.
Truck ran a red light.
It looks like a tanker truck just totally broadsided it. Man, it's bad.
Breckett was airlifted to the hospital with a severe brain injury.
One of the worst moments of my life by far.
Doctors placed him in a medically induced coma and surgically placed a sensor into his skull to monitor swelling.
He was more of a diffuse injury, which is often some of the most severe. What we do in the ICU as a team is try to prevent a second injury and also just give the brain the best environment we can to heal.
In those early days, even the smallest signs brought hope.
Breckett, can you try to squeeze my hand? There you go. Good job.
Breckett, thankfully, has no memory of the crash. His family broke the news to him.
At first, I was pretty scared. Then I realized how lucky I was to be where I was.
Just 9 days after surgery, Breckett threw a ball to his dad.
Yes, throw it. Yes. Yes.
13 days in, he stood and hugged him.
You know, the worst part was just not knowing, is he ever going to walk again or talk again?
After 20 days at Golisano Children's Hospital, Breckett spent 3 weeks in rehab in Chicago, relearning how to eat, walk, and speak. He's come such a long way. Now he's home with his mom, dad, and 2 brothers, still healing, still fighting.
Has it changed your outlook on life?
Yeah, it has. Makes me feel more lucky to be here.
He feels fortunate and even had the rare chance to thank the first responders who helped save him. He survived the unthinkable.
You know, his story is, you know, as far as we're concerned, is a miracle.
Breckett's definitely a miracle, and I say that to him a lot. And I always tell him that eventually someday he's got big things to do with his life.
His journey isn't over, but Breckett King is already living proof that miracles do happen.
It's time for Miracle Moment. Today we hear from a family and their tiny miracle as they embark on a new adventure.
Oh my gosh, I just had to say bye to this little guy, Oliver Harris, as his parents Lauren and Justin were getting him ready to head out on a road trip to Rocky Top, trading the beaches of Southwest Florida for the mountains of Tennessee.
And we just love the mountains, the cool air. We're excited for the life it's going to provide him and the experiences that he can have up there as well.
This sweet family touched hearts when I shared their story for Father's Day last year, a holiday they celebrated in the hospital. Oliver was born 6 weeks early and spent 101 days in the NICU. Now he's a big 1-year-old.
So big!
Full of smiles, personality, and plenty of teeth.
Yes, he's an expensive eater.
He's got a molder coming in right now too, so teething has been so fun.
Oliver has come such a long way, which makes it bittersweet, locking up and leaving the house they brought him home to, and the hospital staff who supported them from the start.
They helped us bring home our baby boy happy and healthy, and we'll always be immensely grateful for them, and so much love in our hearts.
A tiny fighter with a mighty will to live.
With him only having a 20% chance of making it, to be able to look at him and see him here, it's more than I could have ever hoped for and prayed for with him.
Hopes realized, prayers answered. And now the road ahead looks wide open. 1 miracle mile at a time, Oliver, you're our miracle moment.
4 months ago, Mason Hoyt left Golisano Children's Hospital in a wheelchair after surgery that likely saved his life. A discovery made only because his parents took him to the ER after a bully hurt him at school. In tonight's Miracle Moment, we catch up with Mason, who is now walking tall.
A family walking into the place that once held their worst nightmare, together, stronger than ever. Almost 4 months ago, Mason Hoyt left Golisano Children's Hospital in a wheelchair after brain surgery.
I'm feeling great. It feels like yesterday that I couldn't even move my leg.
Mason's parents, Megan and Ben, brought him in after a bully hurt him after school. They were worried he might have a concussion.
Honestly, we thought we were coming here to just get a quick check over, a clean bill of health, and we were given the news that we had a brain tumor.
Now, the boy who once couldn't move the right side of his body is running around with his four-legged friend Lemon.
I was thinking it would take over a year to get fully better, but I'm like 90% better now.
Lemon, the hospital's facility dog, was a bright spot in Mason's recovery. After the hospital came Disneyland in California, a trip the family had been planning for 2 years, a trip they weren't sure they'd be able to take.
In every single plane ride, there was turbulence.
Yeah, we did great.
No problem. I actually thought it was kind of fun.
He rode his favorite roller coaster 13 times. Mason has a lot to celebrate, but even in the middle of this miracle, he thinks of others.
Mason, when people hear your story, what do you want them to know about you?
I wanted to make it so that they feel how I feel, so they can get over their fear if it happens to them.
Mason's tumor is known as a juvenile pilocytic astrocytoma. They're benign and rarely become cancerous. Mason is monitored with scans every 3 months and continues weekly physical and occupational therapy.
We really didn't know what to expect, so sitting here today, we're just really thankful that this is where we're at and everyone's doing good, huh?
Yeah.
From a wheelchair to walking tall, from a headache to a miracle, Mason Hoyt is our miracle moment.
A teenager is officially in her last chemo era. Marison Bradley is cancer-free, and the celebration was fit for a Swiftie. It's tonight's miracle moment.
With her own fan club around her and several nods to Taylor Swift, Marison Bradley rang the bell. It marked the end of her treatment for stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
It just feels like all my worries just wash away when you ring the bell, and it feels really good and empowering to be able to accomplish that.
Marison's journey started last year when rapid weight loss led to scans revealing tumors. Intensive chemotherapy followed. 7 months straight living at Golisano Children's Hospital, then more months of recovery at home. Her celebration was fit for a Swiftie. Taylor Swift's music helped Marison power through.
Yeah, I love Taylor Swift. She was a big help during my chemo. Her music was just very helpful to me, and it let me know that I'm strong and I can do anything.
Her favorite songs, New Romantics and Love Story. Marison's own story has been one of strength. I met her in the early days of her diagnosis, when Riverdale High School organized a pep rally for her at the hospital.
It was very motivating. It felt like there's other people on my team as well, and not just my nurses and doctors, so it felt like the whole world was cheering for me.
Her mom, Mackenzie, said the bell ringing was overwhelming.
The gratitude is just, it's overwhelming, so I told myself I wasn't gonna cry, so.
With her final treatment behind her, Marison is embracing a brand new era, one filled with hope. And her new era is our miracle moment.
New tonight, a sudden fall reveals a devastating diagnosis for a college student from Naples and inspires her younger brother to take action. Andrea and Darren Nieves are tonight's miracle moment.
It was supposed to be the start of a new college semester in New York. Instead, a sudden fall changed Andrea Nieves' life forever.
I had missed a step, and when I fell, I hit my head. I passed out, and I woke up to the doctors telling me that I had a brain tumor and that we were going to do some more testing to see what the status of that was.
The diagnosis, a rare central neurocytoma. Andrea was 20 years old. She endured surgery at Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa, followed by 25 rounds of radiation. Now, 3 years later, the 23-year-old is a biochemistry major at FGCU, preparing for medical school and determined to be a doctor.
If I hadn't fallen, who knows what symptoms I would have had and what damage I would have had if I hadn't caught the tumor when I did. I think that that alone is the most miracle moment you could possibly ask for.
Her resilience inspired her younger brother Darren, now 17 and a senior in high school.
Literally every single odd was against her, not in her favor, and she beat every single odd every single time. And I think that's huge, and not just as my sister, but as anybody, that perseverance, that grit.
In her honor, Darren formed Minds Over Tumors. The nonprofit has raised more than $35,000 and donated more than 500 teddy bears to children in Southwest Florida, including here at Golisano Children's Hospital.
We have the financial aspect, which is like scholarship and things like that, and bills that we try to alleviate from the families. But then we also have our mental and physical aspects, where we're hoping to start a program that brings a care package when these children are admitted into the hospital.
For Andrea, her miracle was survival.
Yeah, it was a miracle.
For Darren, it's giving hope to others.
Almost losing my life definitely left a mark on all of us.
Together, they're turning a miracle into a movement. They're our miracle moment.